Hafa Adai. Can you say Hafa Adai? That's how you say hello in Chamorro, spoken in the Mariana Islands in the Pacific Ocean near the Philippines. Welcome to Patrika's Little Star Cafe. Facts that are fast, fun, and keep you happy. Today is Friday, February 14th, 2020, and here are today's matters for chatter. Number 1. One thing that Englishification around the world has contributed to is the loss of many indigenous or local languages. In the Mariana Islands, the regional language spoken was Chamorro, but after being colonized by the Spanish for over 300 years, much of the language was suppressed and words for colors were even lost. Then it was taken over by the US when it banned the language till late in the 20th century. Now, thankfully, there's a new pilot program which hopes to raise a new first generation of flag bearers for the Chamorro language. This is taking place in the island of Guam, but similar situations exist all over the world, including in our own Indian tribal areas. Much has to be done to keep the tribal languages alive. Number 2, have you heard of a splatometer? Well, it's a tool to measure the number of bugs that get squashed by the windshield of a car. Thankfully, that number has gone down since a decade ago, according to a study in Europe. But the lesser numbers may also mean a lesser insect population and a lesser population of larger birds that may feed on them. See, it's all connected. Number 3, the renovation of the famous Big Ben in London started, but who knows when it will end now. Originally to be completed by 2021, now after reconstruction started, more damage has been discovered because of asbestos and because of the bombing on it during World War II. Not only will offices of government will have to be shifted from the Elizabeth Tower wing, but the estimated cost has gone up over 4 times too. It's important to preserve our heritage and especially a symbol of a nation, but at what cost? And now for today's mega matter. The world is more connected than we think. What doesn't affect us directly still changes everything around us, thus affects us as well. Well, how are coronavirus and online learning connected? China has very tough internet laws, but it relaxed them for its own 100,000 Chinese students. Who knew that this would happen though? Chinese students who were supposed to go to Australia for higher studies in the coming months, but now have not been allowed entry into Australia, are using online learning to keep up with the missed course material. Smart. But the Chinese government says that if Australia doesn't allow Chinese students to resume their studies in Australia, then it's Australia's loss. The students can then apply visas to study in the US, UK, or Canada, where the year starts in September, as they can get visas by then too. And Chinese students contribute over $34 billion to the Australian economy. So now Australia has to consider its economy with this development, like China considered changing its internet laws. But Australian universities are trying to accommodate with online learning courses, extra sessions for Chinese students in winter breaks, and even by changing the start date of the college year. In a changing world, we all need to adapt. Today's word of the day is indigenous. That means belonging to the local area. And finally, for today's quote of the day, identity was partly heritage, partly upbringing, but mostly the choices you make in life. Thank you for listening, and do send us your questions and comments via WhatsApp, or you can email us at diptyanti@gmail.com. Take care, lots of love, Dipti Auntie. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, do you know how loved you are?